rivalry almost as old as the sport itself. Two teams that when the history books are referenced, their names populate virtually every page. Winged helmets, golden domes, and as always, when these two match up, legacy is on the line. Welcome to the Big House, Michigan Stadium. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Michigan Wolverines. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Checking in with the Michigan head coach pregame, this could be one of their most important games of the year. With both teams undefeated, this game is a separator. As the college football playoff looms near, they have to separate and prove they are one of the best teams in the country. They have a chance to do that here today. Reese?
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. I can't say I've seen this strategy before, but they're showing punt on first down. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. This crowd splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Holds on, it's Gilbert. All by himself down the middle. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Punting on first down, but why? A soaring high punt with serious hang time. And that's where they'll have to down it just inside the 50-yard line. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Racing down the left side. The 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Irish!
Man, making a statement early in this football game. I'm open. Get it to me. He's already got 2 tutties on the game. Nice job making his presence felt early in this football game.
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. From the gun, the running back has it. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. It's not the end of the world. This is not one of those be-all, end-all games that we used to have in a different era. But certainly for the winner, clear shot at a conference title and perhaps a spot in the college football playoff and a bye.
I love it. It's a great show-me week. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotion. Like both these squads, really, really good football teams in really good positions in their conference. But, Jesse, after today, there can only be 1-1.
Yeah, the picture's going to change, no doubt about it. They'll believe they're the best in conference play. Nobody's beat them yet, and they believe they're the man in the conference. So we're going to learn a lot. By the time this game is over, who is the best in conference play?
On the move. Showing all kinds of confidence in that arm, throwing back to the right. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Yeah, and the QB, tell you what, he does a good job of buying time, scrambling outside of the pocket to the left, but the defense holds true, understands their responsibilities. I can't just leave my guys deep. Good coverage, which leads to the overthrow.
Out wide right, it's Johnson. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Fourth down, Underwood. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. And go play action, Bryce Underwood. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Right side, it's Johnson. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. In some ways, guys, it feels as if the first part of the season has built to this. A real chance to prove yourself in a battle between number 1 and number 2.
I think this is a game, guys, that's really going to define the path to the national championship. It's rare that you get this 1 versus 2 matchup at this time of the year. So you know here, David, the energy is just going to be off the charts.
Yeah, because we already know midway through the season now what these teams are. And they're great teams that are trying to get into the playoffs. So whoever gets this dub now, you got a win against a top team for your resume.
They stop him well short of the marker. It's fourth down from the 27.
And I think if I'm a QB, I like the decision. I get it.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on fourth. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going.
Hey, I got to be honest, I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field to catch the defense off guard.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Out wide right, it's Johnson. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. He leaves it with the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. The first score of the game for the man who leads the nation in rushing touchdowns. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7.
Third and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Touchdown, Michigan. And they turn it into a defensive score. The extra point here would tie the game. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
And finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating the turnover and getting points off of it.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Offense in a bunch formation. Hits inside, it's Mobley. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2. Guys, I know 1 versus 2 largely speaks for itself, but think of everything that's at stake. Playoff positioning, impressing the committee, potential buys in the college football playoff, all at stake today.
The intensity in this game will just simply feel different than anything else we've seen throughout the course of the year because of what is riding on this.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Got a man. It's Flanagan. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Hit and dropped in his tracks. It'll be a loss of 6.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside and making the big tackle.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Under pressure. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Notre Dame lines up quickly. They're in the gun. 3rd down. Here's Carr. Out wide left, it's Mobley. Breaks free, and he might be gone. He's at the 40. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Tough run here. It's Stanzi. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Oh, pressure's coming. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground. Their 3rd sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
Throwing. Carr. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And that is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. And you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. The defenses have some work to do to slow down these high-powered attacks as we start the 2nd quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Underwood. Escapes the pressure to his right. Gets the first himself. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on 2nd and long. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays.
Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. Here come the Irish back on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Runs through the tackle. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. That's just an obvious face mask penalty there. No way you're getting away with it. Got to keep your composure there. 3 yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Extra point here will tie the game. All even up after that one. Basically a brand new game.
And with a tie, guess what? Back to the offense. Back to the offense. Which defense can get a stop? These offenses have been humming.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Play action with Underwood. Right side, it's Johnson. You reach this portion of the season, and games like this, top 5 showdown, can really energize you, not to mention helping your playoff positioning down the road.
Yes, you can. You can make these big statement games. And listen, middle of the season, you kind of get in the lull, Jesse, where you kind of get used to playing and the new wore off a little bit. But when you got a top 5 matchup and something to prove, you bring that extra juice.
You're right. If you play well in this game, you can ride that momentum down the stretch in November when those games really start to matter. But this is a big one right here. Lots of implications on the line.
Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. Handoff to the single back. He's past the marker. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
And, man, we've all experienced these rivalry games and how much fun they are. And this offense had a lot of fun a year ago, right? Like, they dominated this rivalry. They've been kind of hot coming in. And I really look forward to seeing this running back. Can he be physical? Because you know the anger, the animosity, all the stuff that comes with these rivalry games, you need your running back to set the tone and have a great game.
The Wolverines line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They put the brakes on it.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Moves to his right. Into the end zone. Intercepted. intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. The defense putting points on the board.
Dude, from 4th and goal, backs against the wall, you don't want to give up points to. I'm putting points on the scoreboard. What a play by this defense. Nice break on the football, gets the pick, finds the green grass, and takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll run it to the right side. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. We're at the halfway point of the season. They're sitting atop the rankings. How hard is it to maintain that focus as the season goes along?
It's really tough, and that's one thing this coaching staff's really been trying to focus on is just to take one opponent at a time, regardless of where they're ranked.
He lets one fly deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
Got the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And these third downs obviously are so crucial, and that's why you call them the money down. But just to get the drive started, man, you get the third down, you get a little bit nervous. Nice job executing, running the football, moving the sticks, and now keeping this drive moving.
He throws it back to the left, a risky ball. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to...
Makes the grab in their space. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Quarterback signaling to his guy. Play fake, Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Run in the red zone. It's Marshall. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Zings it complete to the right. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Looking to the end zone. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. They'll try the right side. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Wolverines! 17th touchdown of the season.
love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Here's Carr to throw. With the catch, it's Mobley. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Scanning the field, it's Carr. Fires to the big fella. Shakes off the defender. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a first down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Trying to establish the run. There he goes. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Here's Underwood to throw. Left side is Marsh. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Here comes third and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Wide receiver comes in motion. Throws it back. Rush right in his face. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Sees an alley. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. Let's open the show with Vanderbilt taking on the number 9 team, the Louisville Cardinals. And it's the Commodores, able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet, but brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something.
Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work.
Let's check in now on some of the other action today, as the landscape in this sport truly is ever-changing.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. run inside. It's Mobley. He's got the first down. All kinds of room to the right. All the way. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And you got to love the mindset that this squad just came out with in the second half. Clearly could not run the football the way they wanted to in the first half. Second half came out with energy, with passion, got the running game going, and then no surprise, they go down the field, they double up their rushing yards, Palmer, and they punch it in the end zone.
You give the guys up front a ton of credit, too, because they were missing some assignments, getting pushed around a little bit here in the first half, which is why they weren't able to have success running the football. And they had a little bit of a come to Jesus, it seems, at halftime. They've come out now playing a little bit angry and finally able to get some movement up front. That made all the difference here on this drive with their ability to run.
Goes high to pull it in. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Wolverines come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Throwing, Underwood. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Looking to pass, it's Underwood. Unloads it left. Got him downfield. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. Handoff to the lone back. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Underwood. Buying time to his right. It's complete! Touchdown, Michigan! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Here he comes with the return. Drills him with the stiff arm. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Look out! And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Carr. Rushes on, and it's a sack. Now, after the sack, there is a man still down. And is their junior quarterback down on the field, a guy they can ill afford to lose. Holly will update his condition soon. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Now here's Russell. Unleashes one. A strike downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
That is a big-time completion for the offense. You have to give all the credit to the offensive line because he had all day to sit back there in the pocket, find an open man downfield. That was just way too easy for the offense. The defense, no pass rush whatsoever, and the result is a big explosive play for the O.
Fires immediately. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Complete. Turning it on. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Fast completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide.
Snags it, and there's running room. He is wrestled down at the 17-yard line. They've got a first down in the red zone. Notre Dame right back to the line. Again, it's Russell. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up second down.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
Second and long here. Keelan Russell throws to the wideout. Makes a grab. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Moving out to the right. The defense sort of herds this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage, and he'll take the loss.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Face the grab. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
And that receiver makes that play look so routine, but it takes so much practice. Running that curl route over and over again against every type of zone coverage imaginable so that on game day, that receiver can find the soft spot no matter what coverage the defense is in.
He's out across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and execution continues to be key. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And the thing you got to watch out for with this running back is he's pretty streaky. When he breaks off a big one, more big runs normally follow soon after, and you're seeing it now on the last 2 plays. Big-time plays back-to-back.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Rifles it down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get us.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Yeah, and see, I have no problem being aggressive near midfield. I got no problem whatsoever. You get stuffed, but I think you have to show your team, like, we're...
Snags it, and he's open. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Out wide right, it's Flanagan. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few. They'll need a bunch on second down.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit. Let's keep going.
Notre Dame lines up quickly. Carr from the gun on third down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Looking downfield, it's Carr. They're all over it. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He's just able to get what he can get on the scramble play here, down close in the red zone.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They'll go with a direct snap. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's third and goal.
And, man, how many times are we going to call his name today? He has been so much fun to watch. Got a couple of sacks. Add another tackle for a loss here. He has been all over the field, and he has made some serious plays for this defense.
Trying to get it done with the run here on third and goal. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. He's got it on the sideline. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. Both these teams unbeaten in conference play, and the shape of the race will unfold here in the final moments. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Back open in the middle. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Both of these teams off to perfect starts in conference play, and one trying to stay atop the heap. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Breaks into the open. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And a little bit extra pressure on this extra point, but it's good, and we're tied. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Tie game, fourth quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Unloads in the nick of time.
Well, this This is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman-caliber quarterback, a guy that can hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on him throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
Both these teams unbeaten in conference play, and the shape of the race will unfold here in the final moments. Russell, under pressure, got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Both of these teams off to perfect starts in conference play, and one trying to stay atop the heap. Fires to the wideout. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. So the big turnover, the interception, setting up this offense in a tie game with a chance to drive for the go-ahead score. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. Both these teams unbeaten in conference play, and the shape of the race will unfold here in the final moments. To throw, it's Underwood. Oh, pressure's coming. Just got rid of that one.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Here's Underwood to throw. Rolls right. Throwing on the run. He makes a grab. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Michigan! They've got the lead here in the 4th. They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll bring it out. It's Young. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Caught. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Notre Dame right back to the line.
And a lot of times in football, man, the short memory, we usually talk about the quarterback. But sometimes it's the running back who puts it on the deck. Sometimes it's your playmaker out wide who puts the ball on the deck. But that doesn't mean you abandon him. You come back to him, let him make plays. Nice job making the catch. And I still expect him to be a big part of this football game.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Throwing Russell. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Here comes the heat. He can't quite get there on the scramble. Dangerous with his feet, but this defense rises to the occasion and forces a 4th down. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. And a sure tackle after the completion, and he stopped short.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. Offense will try to get some momentum going on 1st and 10. Underwood on the play action. Rush right in his face. Gets rid of it.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And this is a moment with the lead late on 3rd down that I would put the ball in the quarterback's hands and trust him to get this 1st down and keep you on the field. He's one of the most highly rated guys in the country. Throwing it, and if it's not there, use his God-given athleticism to go keep these sticks moving.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's gone! And they'll push that lead out a little further.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more.
And he pumps it up inside the 20. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get popped. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job of ball security.
Send the tight end in motion. This quarterback part of their running game. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this.
Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. Deep in the end zone, it's Young. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Keelan Russell. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
With the lead late in the game, this defense right now knows that the opponent's going to be throwing the football, and they're doing a nice job mixing up their coverages, but also changing their personnel, sometimes putting extra DBs on the field. That time, deep shot, 2 guys.
Lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. 1 touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense, and the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country. He's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Quarterback has to have command in those situations. You cannot afford a penalty like that deep in your own territory. The Irish send out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looks it in at the 40. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. They don't play every year, but when they do, there is just something special about this rivalry, and it is the Wolverines who take down Notre Dame. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.